Greetings. Thank you so much for joining us. In business, there's one thing is very constant. That's a change. Either you adapt that change, that's the only way you can keep floating. And in fact, you're going to learn this from our guest today. He is the serial entrepreneur with over 35 years of experience in IT-related services, specifically from recruitment industry hiring. And he is the founder and CEO of itjobcafe.com. And in recruitment, over the years, the model is completely shifted from pay for job posting as an employer. They pay when they post a job. Now it's shifted to pay for a performance model. They also call it a PFP, cost per click or cost per acquisition. That has been gaining a ground over the years. Right now, in the next few years, many popular job sites, which you may be aware of right now, that may have to adapt this change. Otherwise, they will be outperformed by other players, like, as an example, IT Job Cafe or ZipRecruiters or many others, Indeed, like anything else. Please join me to welcome my guest from Atlanta, Georgia, Akkineni. In case you don't know me, my name is Mohammed Siddique. I am the host of Growth Hacking Show, and we bring serial entrepreneurs and proven thought leaders and business leaders to share their experiences, how they're sharing what's working in their business and how they're actually adapting the change for themselves. So please join me to welcome Chand. Chand, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Mohammed. Glad to be on your show. And I think, this is going to be very useful for entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, or entrepreneurs want to be.
Looking forward to it. And let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to get into the recruitment industry?
I think, for all the entrepreneurship things, predates to my college days. I see there's a connection between leadership and entrepreneurship. So I used to be active in the students' union activities while I was at school and college. So that gives impression, that gives an opportunity to interact with people and work with people, motivate people, and try to achieve desired results, whatever field you are. So later, when I worked for TCS for 11 years, at the time I gained confidence, about my skills and capabilities. And prior to that, I went to IIT. So IIT showed me the challenges, competition. So it made me know where I stand. There were so many intelligent people around. So you need to, if you want to survive and excel, you need to work hard. So then joining TCS, so it gave us good background and foundation. And that gave me, and initially I started as a technical person, then moved to marketing. But during that time, I think it gave me confidence. I can do this myself in a smaller way, not big as TCS. It's not the money, the criteria, but sometimes, your own desire to excel makes people to become entrepreneurs, okay? Knowing there are risks, but you're willing to take. So that's how in 91 in Atlanta, I started the company, and it was focusing more on IT services. And within a short time, in 7-8 years, we became one of the fastest growing 500 private companies in the US. First year, we were ranked at 75th rank, and next year it was 304. So that's how my first phase of my business life was focused on IT services.
And then you also shared with me before that you actually took your company to public and then you sold it, like you had the nice exit with yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, this is my India company. Now, what we were doing, while we are working in the US market, we realized there is a need for offshore development services. TCS and others, they have been doing for many years. So in a small way, we started operations in India around the same time. And initially, we used that office to recruit good talent, and later providing services to companies like Arthur Andersen and others. We have executed projects and it differentiated us from other people who were just providing services.
So then you are transitioned to so what's the like IT job
Yeah,
cafe?
let me continue that. I think, yeah, that organization, then it went public in 2000. And after that, I think, then I continued as a public company, CEO. And 2007, I exited from the public listed company in India. And yeah, then started focusing on IT Job Cafe at the time.
So you had exit from one public company, then you started another. That makes you the serial entrepreneur. You can only entrepreneurship keep growing. And so what is happening right now in IT Job Cafe?
Yeah, like, as you have given the initial introduction, see, when we started is almost 10 years back, it was started. I wanted to collect resumes, then focus on marketing. So it kind of, initially we did good because 2008 and onwards, market crashed and a lot of people didn't have jobs. So we used to get a lot of resumes, people looking for jobs, but there were no jobs at the time. So our focus was more on collecting the resumes. But soon later, as the things changed, we realized competing with Dice, Monster, Gilbert, kind of established players with a lot of money and number of years of presence. Difficult to tell people to buy our product. But meanwhile, the market also changed from pay for job or pay for posting versus pay for performance. So for last 1.5 years, we changed the model and working on that model where when you get a click, a customer pays you 15 to 40 cents, or they pay you $2 to $15 per resume, what you bring in. So this model is scalable and doesn't need a sales force. And a technical person can kind of connect jobs and job seekers as a marketplace, and then make money in the cost arbitrage.
So on one side it costs you $1, $2. On the other side you make $10 to $15 per resume going to the employer.
Yeah, no, not all, but some cases you may get a higher amount because if there is a lot of demand, people are willing to pay. If the particular skill is not in demand, they may pay just $2, and some people say, hey, we'll pay only $1 because there are plenty of people available. But there are certain skills in short supply, people will go.
That's the power of a marketplace, demand and supply.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you so much. So you have been adapting the change ongoing basis consistently. So as a serial entrepreneur and based on your experience, depth, knowledge of the business, and I want to ask you a challenging question, and I hope you will share with us honestly so that way we can learn so much from your experience. So what are the three missteps to avoid to grow your business?
Yeah, one of the things, or three things as a owner, as an entrepreneur, one, initially what happens, it tempts you want to cut down the costs. Okay. So then you want to hire people, whoever you come across, whoever, comes cheap. And that in the long run, it doesn't work. Okay. You realize unless your product is good, unless your services are good, people are not going to come to you. Okay. And in my consulting business, that happened, when we hired people from IITs and other good technical institutes, the business came repeatedly. Okay. We didn't have to. But later, when this product being developed, sometimes, you hire people thinking, hey, this person may not cost me more. But in the long run, I think that will become a more costly mistake. So that's one. Second thing is, we Asians, we have a tendency not to talk negative at the beginning of a project or starting of anything. But, contracts are important. Unless contracts are in place, unless, you have contracts in place to protect you, later you may realize that was a costly mistake you made. Okay, so people don't pay attention. Oh, what is their big deal in the contract? Okay, people, your competitors or your vendors, customers may take advantage of that mistake and it may hurt your business. So contracts is the second one that you need to look at. And also the third thing, I think entrepreneurs have a fascination or passion or attachment to their favorite ideas, but at some time you need to realize that's not going to work. You may need to walk away. Okay, people want to say, oh, I would like to have 10 channels of business, but all of them may not be productive and profitable, and you may have to walk away and say, look, I need to cut down these 8 areas. Only these 2 areas I'm profitable. I'll focus on those 2. So those kind of decisions entrepreneur need to take. Otherwise, is going to hurt the business in the long run.
Thank you. So, hey, I'm going to do a quick recap. 3 missteps are: the first, hiring the cheap people. So you are not going after quality. You are hiring the cheap people. The second is not having a business contract in place with your customers or vendors, whoever you are dealing business with. And the third one is you are so close, tied to your passion, whatever your favorites in your mind is, and you are not being open to actually keeping in mind that every passion may not be profitable thing. It may not be monetizable in a real world. Whatever you're thinking, that may not be correct one. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you so much. As we move along, and my next question is the easy one. I want you to share, please, with us, so that way, again, we keep learning that what are your top 3 secrets to success to grow a business?
Yeah, one thing I'll say, whether it is idea, analysis, or intelligence, when somebody want to start a business, you need to have a clear idea why I'm doing this. Okay, am I improving a service, or am I cutting down a cost? How are people going to benefit from this? Okay, so people need to have a clear idea about what they're trying to, not just I want to enter business versus, okay, what is that I'm going to offer to the market, so that it is profitable and it can grow, and ultimately I'll be successful. I think that's the key everybody need to have. Then second thing is hard work. There is no replacement for hard work. Okay, initial stages you may have to work more number of hours and doing a lot of activities yourself without you may not have a big team, so you'll be doing everything from a CEO to entry level clerk jobs. So without any inhibition, one should be willing to do those jobs. One thing is not only cutting down the cost, but it exposes you to the market. The problems in the market. You will be in touch with the field, with the people, what people are perceiving you as, what are the problems customers are facing. All that you will give a first-hand knowledge. When you work hard and interface with your customers. Third one is perseverance. Business is not easy. Entrepreneurship is not easy. At every point, at every milestone, you will face problems. Okay, but one should not walk away, fearful. And so, entrepreneur starts with risk. You're willing to take risk, and you're willing to have perseverance. I think then only you will succeed. And then fourth one, I think you mentioned, sometimes luck also helps.
Luck also. So you believe in luck, and some people don't even believe in luck.
No, but it does happen. See, the market is just looking for a product like yours. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's a 50% of probability. So, it could be luck or bad luck, good luck or bad luck. So sometimes you are lucky and the timing is right, and it will help your business.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As a growth hacking show community, people who are watching this right now, how they can support you?
I think good. What you're trying to do is kind of share people's experience, with other entrepreneurs or the future entrepreneurs. All that, I think it will help people to see what others experience, so that you don't repeat the same mistake. Sometimes I feel the same, like nobody told me, some of the things I gained through experience. When you look back, if somebody was there to guide me. Okay, see, the organization now I belong to, called TIE, the Indus Entrepreneur, that came into existence, in the later part of my year. But had we got similar organizations in those days, would have been trained well to succeed in the initial stages without facing problems. So the show, like what you're doing, I think that'll be a great help to the entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much, Chan, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Show community, and we really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Wishing you good luck, good sales, and I do have a path class again with another amazing guest. Until then, all good wishes.
Okay. Thank you, Mohammed.